Hey, what's up zombies internet? My name is The Last Gambit and welcome to a brand new video on the channel. Today we're gonna be discussing one of the most pointless arguments in human history, and that's the very popular argument when people choose sides, and it's the console wars, aka the most pointless argument in gaming history or just in human history in general, where you pick a side for basically just two different brands, even though those boxes that you're gonna own are completely the same, with minor differences that in the grand scheme of things don't make any difference. So what are we talking about here right now? Basically, a couple of days ago, Sony and PlayStation had their event where they revealed the PlayStation 5 officially and their consoles. And it's pretty cool. It was a pretty cool event. It was pretty fun. They showed off a lot of great games that I'm already interested in owning, like Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales, which people are still confused as a DLC or a standalone game. Apparently, let's just go with both. It's both. And then, like, the thing I'm very hyped for is that Resident Evil 8 Village, Demon's Souls Remaster, and Horizon 2. Because Horizon Zero Dawn was a masterpiece. It was a perfection of a game, and I can't wait for the sequel, and I'm actually very surprised that the sequel was announced so early. Over here, people already started jumping and making memes and just attacking, the PlayStation event with comments from different social media platforms, be it YouTube or Twitter, but most of the comments that I got and I'll be reading here today for you are taken from Instagram or Twitter, because that's where I'm most active. Link in the description below, follow me. So, like, basically it all boils down to Xbox Series X or the PlayStation 5 are more powerful than each other. Now, I really want to take into consideration of your thought process. I want to get in, because I was one of those people back in, like, when the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One were feuding. I was on different social media platforms literally acting like, oh, the PlayStation 4 is gonna be the best console ever made, suck on that, Xbox, all you guys have is Halo, and Halo 5 Guardian sucks, which I still do think it does, but like, oh, the PlayStation 4 is a ruler, and blah blah blah. Now, I'm currently 20, and when the consoles came out it was 2013, so I was a 13-year-old kid who was still in middle school, having no life at all, and definitely didn't grow up. So I was in these arguments. I was a PlayStation fanboy for many years, and I will say it here right now. I still am a PlayStation fan. I definitely enjoy the content that they're making, and I definitely enjoy the games that they're making, like, well, Spider-Man, Horizon, for example. But like, I also grown to appreciate the Xbox and for its games and stuff, because I can think like a normal human being. Like, if you're gonna call yourself a gamer, why on earth are you limiting yourself to one platform? Because there's no point. I'm sure the Xbox Series X, yeah, they didn't announce many amazing titles for the console, but like, I can expect it to have great games, and I probably do, because as a consumer I want great products all around that I can enjoy and have fun with, not bad games. But like, getting in a console argument is literally pointless. People already started discussing like, oh, specs. I have never heard in my life where people are arguing what specs on a console are better. Because if you're gonna argue specs, I admit it makes sense if you're gonna go onto a PC and talk about your PC specs, like, that does matter. PC is very much about that. But consoles are literally entertainment systems who, by default, are in either second or third place. So you're willingly choosing as a human being, just because it has a X or a PS symbol on the box, it's like, I have to choose that platform, even though, like, I'm immediately second or third place, because by default PC will always be first place. Now, not to say, now this is me just talking about, yeah, the PCs are better than consoles objectively. That's not even a subjective opinion. I'm sorry if you get triggered over that, but it's true. I mean, you really can't avoid that. My friend has literally a gaming PC that's literally already way more powerful than both the Xbox Series X or the PlayStation 5, so again, very pointless arguments. But like, people really get into it. I don't understand people that literally think making a brand, a multi-billion-dollar corporation's product, part of your personality, or the fact that you feel the need that you actually have to defend a multi-billion-dollar brand, or that said multi-billion-dollar brand doesn't even care what you think or you have to say. They're literally just there for you to buy a console and enjoy their games and make money off of you. That's literally all their point is. So I don't think either all of them are getting to petty arguments, because let's just call them what they are: petty, worthless arguments. So let's argue about the specs. Okay, first of all, it's irrelevant. People buy gaming consoles, and let me pronounce the word gaming consoles, to play the new popular release of video games without having to build a $1,000 gaming machine so they can play in the greatest 4K 60 FPS. I mean, apparently these consoles will support 4K, which I do agree that we're supposed to be getting there by now. But like, at the end of the day, nobody really cares. For example, like recently on the Xbox, yeah, it's a more powerful console, but did it help it in the long run? No, not really. Why? Because Sony has way better brand recognition with way better companies and way better games. That's also just a factual thing. Like, besides Oni, I don't think any Xbox has anything worth of gaming console related. And also by the fact that Microsoft still owns the biggest and most popular operating software around the world, Windows. So, and now Windows 10 is heavily integrating the Xbox games on their Microsoft Store. So by default, like, all the Xbox games are available on PC, and by that default they'll look better and they'll run better. Of course, it depends on the type of PC that you have. They'll look and run better on that platform without even getting the Xbox Series X. And plus, it has enabled crossplay on most of those games, so if it's a multiplayer game and you're playing it on the PC, you can probably play with your Xbox friends. And what it really boils down to is pretty much, what do your friends own, are you gonna play with them, and what games do interest you. That's literally what consoles arguments can make the most sense, even though that's very much stretching it. It's very much stretching it. Again, it's worthless. Now that most games are enabling crossplay between all systems, I can literally get a PS5 and I can play with my friends who have an Xbox Series X or PC or vice versa. So that's literally that's a pointless argument. Now, like, again, I can say, yeah, I was in those arguments before. I had arguments with the Xbox fanboys as much as I was a PlayStation fanboy. But back then I was a kid. I didn't know better. I was literally 13, 14, 15. By around 16 and 17, I started growing up and not really caring and appreciating what the Xbox has to offer. For example, the Xbox 360 Halo games, all made by Bungie. I think most all of those are masterpieces. I do have some issues with, for example, Halo 3 ODST, but even that game I very much enjoy, and I recognize their success and why they're awesome games, even though, again, they're not on a PlayStation platform. But then, by default, we all for people who support consoles, will lose our argument that they're the strongest platform. Like, yeah, you're gonna say that the Xbox Series X is more powerful, but then again, it's more powerful in the sense that has 2 more flops than the PS5. First of all, I have no idea what a teraflop is, so you can tell me in the comment section, how's that relevant, is it really that important? But I can bet you when the games, multi-platform games, start coming out, and they take full advantage of the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X, it's like they're most likely gonna be the same, and you're gonna really quench your eyes and point yourself at the screen and be like, oh yeah, I see those 2 little pixels that Xbox Series X has more than the PlayStation 5. See, it's better. This is all sarcasm. And also, like, the games, I guess I will be choosing the PlayStation 5 simply because it has way better companies that work on it. For example, Naughty Dog, Insomniac Games, and etc, etc. But like, they make better games. But if I'm gonna play an Xbox Series X game, I'm literally just gonna buy it on a PC. I don't have to buy an Xbox Series X, for example. Although I think it does look interesting. It's an interesting platform. I have nothing to add to that. I can't wait to see what Microsoft has to announce for their gaming platforms. I'm excited for both. Me, as a gamer, personally myself, I will be getting both because it's completely irrelevant. Now, some people, of course, a lot of people in this world don't have a lot of finances, that they can only pick one. So that makes sense for them. And from my personal opinion, and this is my personal opinion, it's not a correct opinion, of course, but if I would have to advise something, I would say get a PlayStation 5. Now, I am still a PlayStation fan. I've been a PlayStation fan for my entire life, but like, and I did get into a couple of arguments on Twitter. I'm pretty sure you guys can find them. It's just follow me in the description below. But like, at the end of the day, it's completely irrelevant. All the multi-platform games that are going to be coming out on both the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X are going to look the same, and are probably going to run the same, so that looking at two different pixels that one has or the other one doesn't is irrelevant. And choosing to stick up for a multi-billion-dollar corporation and making a literal box that's gonna sit next to your TV, part of your personality, is kinda petty and very pathetic. And I really want to question, like, I can understand if you're a child, these petty arguments are like the world to you, because you're a child, it makes sense. We would argue what Spider-Man toy is better, for crying out loud. But like, if you're an adult, and I see a lot of adults arguing with the same thing on Instagram and Twitter, like, you can be like a 25-year-old man who has children and has a stable living, and instead of you, like, I don't know, protecting your children or taking care of them, you'll mofo be out here like, oh, on Twitter posting, I'm getting a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series X, suck it, other fans of the other platforms, even though in the grand scheme of things, again, it's irrelevant. And the only reason I believe that the PlayStation 5 is winning is because it has better exclusives, and a lot of people are starting to realize that there might be no reason to buy the Xbox Series X, because all of the Xbox games are now available to buy on PC and are cross-play compatible. Now people will buy the console, and that's fine, that's normal. You pick and choose what console do you want, what fits you, and what do you like the most. And at the end of the day, it matters, like, even if like the PlayStation 5 has better games, you're still gonna choose the Xbox Series X if most of your friends are on the Xbox and you wanna play with your friends in multiplayer and have fun, because that's basically the only point of these things. Have fun. Are people really forgetting about that? The concept of having fun? Now, this is a completely rambling on video. It's just trying to make a point that, oh, consoles are irrelevant and their specs are relevant, because it's a losing race no matter what if you're choosing to argue console specs, because PC blows them out of the water. I can get like $1,000 gaming rig right now, and then just looking at specs wise, I will have no reason to buy an Xbox Series X or a PlayStation 5, because my PC would be able to run the same games at way better, like, frame rate and way better graphics. So that's pointless. Lol. So that's it for this argument. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're gonna get into the console debates, at least I would advise for you guys to keep it civil and keep it normal, and just to realize it's irrelevant. Now, if you're children and you're probably ignoring this entire video, that's fine, go argue about, and in a couple of years you'll realize as well that it's a completely irrelevant argument and it will get you nowhere, and it doesn't matter, because they're pretty much two same boxes. One will just be slightly more expensive than the other, and one will have two more pixels on the screen that you will never ever notice. Especially the casual gamer who's just buying a console to play FIFA, and it's irrelevant for him what console he's getting. They're literally gonna look the same. If Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales was coming on the Xbox Series X, I would probably think it's gonna look about the same as it looks on the PlayStation 5. Like, the hardware spec that people are saying that the Series X has better, it's like irrelevant, and it's not that big of a difference. Like, and people would choose the PlayStation 5 because it has better exclusives. I agree. Currently, objectively looking, what they have to offer, PlayStation 5 is winning on that margin, but the Xbox Series X is like, I can think it's gonna be very fun, and most of the Xbox games will be available on my PC. So even if I get a PC, that's again technically me owning already the Xbox Series X, because I can play all of the Xbox exclusive games and all the multi-platform games. I can still play on my PC and just play the exclusive PlayStation games on the PlayStation 5. So if you have the finance and you have the money, I don't get why you're limiting yourself to playing only certain games just because made by one brand. Again, that is if you have the money, if you have the finances that you can spend these things on. I mean, why are you limiting yourself? Why don't you just get both consoles, or at least buff up your PC so you can play literally anything? Because also, that's not me saying that PC is perfect. Like, people really think out here, I have a GeForce in my PC, and I have RGB keyboard and mouse that glows at night. I am the master race. Like, PC people, please get off your high horse. You're literally spending over $1,000 to make a PC to play, like, not even play anything, just Google, Reddit, and download memes. So that's also not even a real argument, and most of those PC players are the one also like saying, oh, we have a disadvantage, we are being quote-unquote oppressed in the gaming community now that the crossplay is enabled, even though for years and years of people always been saying, and it is true for me, my experience playing on both, on a console and a controller and a PC with a keyboard and mouse, the keyboard and mouse is a superior form of playing, be it a single player or a multiplayer game. So I don't really see how people are complaining about, you know, the aim assist on crossplay, even though you can, by the time I turn around once on the PS4, you'll turn around 10,000 times, for example, in Warzone. So yeah, console wars are dumb. PC people who think they're master race, but just because they have a keyboard that can glow are also dumb. Just enjoy the games that you love. I guess you can argue. Basically, the only I think the acceptable argument would be is that what console has better games, and objectively speaking, looking at that now, PlayStation is the winner. But like Xbox has a lot of games, and you can play a lot of them on your PC. So that's all I have pretty much to add to this video. Console arguments are petty. I will not engage in them anymore. I will be picking up both of the platforms. I mean, I don't know why. I'm still debating should I get an Xbox Series X just solely for the fact that Microsoft allows the exclusive games to be played on a Windows 10 PC. And that's pretty much my only reason why why would I get a Xbox Series X if I can play that same quote-unquote Xbox exclusive on my PC at a higher resolution and a higher frame rate that probably Xbox Series X won't be able to handle. So like, I mean, also console exclusives are also anti-consumer because it's really forcing a consumer to pick and choose, even though his friends are on this platform but the games he likes are on the other platform. A lot of people don't have expenses or a lot of money to spend on both, and plus get their PC upgraded. So but people that don't engage in petty arguments. If you can get both consoles, just get both consoles and enjoy a lot of games, because I still don't think the people who choose sides are actual gamers, because these are what I'm saying right here in this video is the epic gamer moment. So hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you did, be sure to leave a like and show your support, as well as share this video with your friends, your family. Let's end console war debates forever. Subscribe to join the Zombies Internet Army and turn on notifications so you'll be notified when I upload a brand new video to the channel. Also, follow me on social media, Instagram, Twitter, link in the description below. What else can I say? Now, you guys tell me in the comments what you guys are going to choose. What console? Why do you think this console is better than the other? Keep it civil, though. See you in the next video. Bye, guys.